Does that work?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Here you go, boys. Episode 3. Let's make it a good one.
Welcome to the Morning Missile Sports Podcast. You're listening live from a 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Kalamazoo. Probably the only one. Who knows? So glad to have you in here today. I'm Nick Wyszynski, Ryan Beadle, Peter Maurer, intern Nick. We have a great show lined up. Our first interview with Genna Rose from Detroit Sports Press. Media. She's just great, interesting person. So glad we were able to have her in. We have great in or out topics, long bets, the whole nine. So stay tuned. Listener questions at the end. So let's run it.
9. We have ignition sequence start.
It's the Morning Missile Sports Podcast. 3, 2, 1. Wake up in the morning, it's just Nick and Beef. Talking on the missile is just all you need. Debating all the sports to indulge and just have a laugh. So sit back, enjoy, it's time to relax. What is up, guys? Back at it again from an apartment room. It's the Morning Missile Sports Podcast. Okay, I can't do the voice long enough because then I mess up. I start to sound like Chinsky when I talk. If I do it like that.
Off the bat, huh?
I'm just messing.
Poor scumps. Okay, let's get into it.
Speaking of just being shitty, let's talk about Colton. let's talk about Colton Miser.
Colton Minger.
Colton
get it right.
Minger.
Okay.
What a name.
98.
To fill everyone in, earlier this week we had an Insta video out that he commented on and said, "What's this podcast about?" To which we responded, "It's a book review podcast." Thinking it was funny, and we got this response from him.
So at C Minger 98, he said at MM Sportscast, I had no idea, hence the question. If I had to guess, I'd say it looks like a group of high school's friends. Not very good grammar there. That skipped college and occasionally shotgun bush lights, which makes them feel incredibly badass. Good luck with it, whatever it is, guys, really. And to that, I think we just say, you're not wrong.
You hit the nail on the hammer, my
friend. And we're not even mad. We got an interaction. We're happy that people are interacting with us.
Bad press is good press, And
to be honest, if he went and told his friends that, I think it might get him to listen. So, Colton, if you're listening,
thank you.
If you're listening, please tell your friends.
But you're a fuck.
Yeah, you're still a fucking dick.
Yeah, no one likes.
We're not gonna.
But
maybe delete it.
Share it with your friends and see what happens.
Does he still follow us?
I don't think he followed us anyways. He just
happened to show up in the comments section.
Oh, okay. Then he's a dick.
Speaking of someone that we follow that very much wronged us. Intern Nick, you want to take this away?
Okay. So I don't know if you watched the episode last week, but we did a promotion. I'm not going to name names.
Our very first promotion.
No, we're going to name names.
No, we're not going to name names. Because we did a promotion with this gentleman, and it was a gentleman's agreement. A promo for promo, trying to help each other out. We did a promo for this gentleman. Do you want to guess what he did back?
What did he do?
What did he do?
Fucking nothing.
Wait, but didn't we reach out and ask him, where's our promo?
Yeah, multiple times.
And what did he do?
Fucking nothing.
And, if you've listened to the previous 2 episodes, you know that us here at the Morning Missile, we have one rule, and that is no free ads.
Right. That is
no free ads.
And we got swindled into a free ad, and we're not happy about it.
By a fucking small little company, dude.
Okay. So the plan of action moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm not going to say the name of this gentleman and his company in this podcast, but if you want to go back to episode 2 and you want to go find out who I'm not saying this. I'm not condoning this at all. But if you want to go on Yelp, if you want to go on Google, leave him a 1-star. Say that he has no business ethics whatsoever. I'm not. Once again, Morning Missile Sportscast does not condone you doing that, but it would make me happy.
Maybe slide in the Instagram DMs too. Just make sure he sees it.
Yeah.
Really let him know.
How much you want to bet he's going to come out after this comes out and be like, "Oh, my bad, dude. I just had to wait a little bit. I was going to get it out there for you. You just got to give me a little bit of time." I'm like, okay.
This first 5 minutes of the podcast so far has just been addressing our haters.
Yeah. Which is justifiable.
Which is better than talking about our penis like we did for the first 5 minutes.
I think it's
not just our penis, a little baby penis.
Yeah. This is our first ever YouTube premiere too. So, hey YouTube. So check us out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. If not, just wanted to point that out there.
I think you can give it like a thumbs up or something.
Thumbs up, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Leave a comment for us. Doesn't matter if it's bad.
So this has been a hot take as of recently, probably the last 10 minutes. But intern Nick has done literally jack shit for us in the last 3 weeks that he's worked for us.
That's not true.
It has been pointed out to me that he
that's not
sold
true.
one shirt.
No, that's
and that's
not
all
true.
he's done for us.
I mean, yes, I did sell a shirt.
We
No.
hired you for marketing.
Okay, can you understand? Let me talk for 2 seconds.
Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
I designed the T-shirt that we're
No.
selling to people.
No,
right now.
nope.
I designed it.
Nick
You
Vuchinski.
kind of changed
I
it.
made it better.
You cut and pasted on Elias.com. And then you said, "Look what I did, guys."
No free
I think
It also
if
wasn't
I
Elias.
ever
That's not a free
I
ad.
think if I ever leave this company, you're gonna really realize how much I'm bringing to the table here.
I think if you left, it would probably be like a month and a half later, and we'd be like, "Oh fuck, we're intern Nick."
But at the same time,
great.
and I'm not one to defend intern Nick, but I'm going to defend him here for a second.
This is a first.
Yeah, so you could say that intern Nick's done nothing for us,
Yep.
but intern Nick has been a hit on social media.
Yeah, and I think
can I
that's
say?
that's what makes me the most mad is that he's done nothing, dude. And we have 75 people responding to a poll saying we fucking love him. Dude, are you kidding me?
Hey, more is less. I tell you what.
This is good stuff.
No, it's less is more. I fucked that up bad.
Yeah, just a weekly update with intern Nick again is this weekend we went out to a bar with him.
Oh, boy.
And he was talking to a lady all night. Didn't close.
I didn't want to close. I don't understand how I can't just have a regular conversation with another human being without you thinking that I'm trying to do something. Didn't you puke after 2 Bud Lights at the bar?
Pete did do that. That
You
did happen.
also bought chicken nuggets on our first night out at the bar. This lady comes up and she's like, "What can I get for you, young sirs?" And we're like, "Oh, we'll have Bud Lights." And then Pete's like,
I want chicken nuggets with
"Can
honey
you give me
mustard.
some chicken tendies with some honey mustard?"
Make them hot too. I like them hot.
Hey, can we stop kicking the fucking
sorry,
table?
sorry.
Jeez, I thought that was a
All right,
beef
can we get
thing.
into some sports? please?
hold on.
Can we get into some sports?
What I
man?
was saying is the reason I'm talking about this is because intern Nick was telling, everyone and their mother that, oh, she was talking my ear off. Dude, I looked over there probably 4 different times, and intern Nick was just gassing beer, being like, well, yeah, this is me, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. Listen to me.
This kid is completely incapable of realizing that, you can have a conversation with another human being. That's just talking.
Beef can back me up.
Listen. So it was all, just a nice conversation and everything until intern Nick goes, I'm on a podcast, right?
I did not say that.
Dude, that is gross.
He goes,
That is gross.
did you know I'm a co-host on the Morning Missile? And she said,
dude,
oh,
how do you
really?
co-host?
Dude, if you ever catch me using that as a pickup line, fucking shoot me in the head, dude.
Well, I guess I should have shot you in the head on Saturday night.
Okay,
dude,
Friday
we'll get
night,
it done
whatever
after
night
this
that was.
And you're not even a co-host.
Okay, can we talk about sports now instead of making fun of intern Nick?
All right.
Actually, no, we're going to go to the interview with
Yeah.
Genna next.
I was
So
gonna ask.
we're going to call up our friend
yeah.
Genna, and we'll be right back.
What is up? We're here with Genna Rose, Sports Illustrated All Lions host, reporter for the Detroit Sports Media, and the anchor for State Champs. Genna, thanks for being with us today.
No, of course. Thank you for the invite, guys. I'm a big fan of your show.
Means a lot. Means more than
Yeah, I wanted to make a suggestion. So, you know how 97 won? I think it was the Wojo and Stoney Invitational where they would pit sound bites up against each other. I think you guys could totally do that because I died when you guys thought, what was it? You thought he was saying that for curling that they get their money from concessions.
Yeah, that was intern Nick.
Yeah, intern Nick.
Yeah. So I think you guys have some cool stuff. That would be fun to do.
Actually,
We'll submit it.
this actually prompts me on my first question, Genna. I just want to know from the first 2 episodes you've listened to, what are your thoughts on intern Nick?
Don't hold back either. I need genuine feedback from somebody in the industry.
Yeah. He definitely earned the title of intern Nick.
Yeah.
Got that going for him. But no, I think you guys are all giving your own opinions, and it's fun to hear you guys bicker. So, I like intern Nick.
Yeah, he adds character to the show, right?
Yeah.
It's about it.
I know you didn't want to do him for the pitch beetle, but maybe you could do it this time.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll see how he does this episode.
Yeah, he does a good
I might
episode.
throw it in there. We'll see.
He's really got to earn it today.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, I know we're all interested too. I guess if you just want to kind of talk about like what your different jobs are in the media world, and then also I'm interested. I know you've done a lot of different stuff from reporting to being an anchor, doing some podcast stuff like that. Like, what is your dream job? Like, where do you want to end up in the media world?
Yeah, so definitely my dream job for the media world would to be a reporter for the MLB network, because during that off season I could flip over to the NHL. And with what I've been doing for Detroit sports media, I've been going to a ton of the Red Wings games this season, and the environment there is so ecstatic. And it's funny because I actually kind of grew up in an ice rink. My older brother Thor, he played AAA hockey, he played juniors, and like,
What a name! No, we can't just walk past.
I know, sorry, I
Eyes
guess,
blew up.
Whoa. What's that like? What was he like when the movie came out?
oh my gosh, he probably loved it. I don't know. He's just always been a crazy kid. Obviously, my dad picked that name.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because my dad and my mom, they met at an ice rink. My two brothers are technically like my half brothers, and my mom and her friend, when they'd take my brother Anthony to practice, they'd see this kid with the helmet Thor written on the side, and they'd make fun of this like all the time, like, who names their kid Thor? And then that ends up being your stepson. So
That's pretty
All right,
awesome.
Jenna, I got a question for you. So you have a dream job of a lot of people that I know that want to be involved in the sports broadcasting business. How did you get your start? You're very natural behind the camera. How did you develop into yourself? Like, what do you do to get to your spot today?
yeah, well, thank you. So how I started, so I got recruited to go play softball at Lawrence Tech. So obviously I kind of had that competitive drive, a love for sports. And I realized that going into the media world, you could take it in any different avenue. So I wasn't sure until the end of my sophomore year. I joined a broadcasting club, and that's when state champs. So Lawrence Tech is their biggest client. So they wanted to add some interns on to start the LTU Sports Report, which was a show dedicated to Lawrence Tech. It's still on. That, along with state champs, they used to be on some of the Fox Sports channels in the Midwest. So they're like, wow, this would be cool to have LTU students host this, bring them on. So they reached out to our club. We came on, and I got picked out to go join state champs. So that's how I got my start. They took a chance on me. Every time I got on camera, I looked like I was going to cry, for the first season or so. But really, they just believed in me, and they gave me this opportunity. They coached me, and from there, that's how I joined Detroit Sports Media. So huge shout out to them, because that's just a great opportunity. With them, I can report on all of the professional sports here in Detroit. I actually just did one on the Tigers today outside of Comerica, because
I saw that on your social media. That's pretty sick.
So cool. Dude.
Is it true that since you're starting with this Detroit sports that you are going to start giving us breaking news when the sports come back?
We have an insider now.
Yeah. Is it true you will be our insider? Can you confirm?
I'll do my best. I know I definitely
That's all we can ask.
for Sports Illustrated All Lions, but basically just getting the reps with Detroit Sports Media. We have to write the reports ourselves. We have to go film it ourselves and just navigate our way around the arena. So putting that stuff out there, my boss now for Sports Illustrated All Lions, he actually reached out to me because he saw my stuff and wanted to create this position, because they're noticing that putting out video content online brings more readers on, more users on. So it's just something like, you put that work out there, and, a fish is going to bite, right? So
We're working on that too, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So Jenna, what is your favorite Detroit's professional sports team atmosphere in Detroit?
Oh, it definitely has to be the Red Wings. I've only really been to LCA and Ford Field for the high school football finals.
Oh, okay.
But number one for LCA, they have the best media meals by far. I've even heard them talk about it in podcasts from people who aren't in Detroit.
Really?
Visit. Yeah, they have just great steaks, salmon. It's so good. I know that shouldn't be one of my favorite.
No, I mean, it's part of the experience. It's the experience business. I like it.
No, exactly. And everyone always says that the professionals in the NHL are so nice. And when different teams will come in, different broadcasting teams, they'll talk to us. We'll get to hear from them. And I've even had a couple, just let us walk around with them for a day a little bit while we're there, after our reports. So just awesome. Great atmosphere. And the team for the Red Wings, I can't even tell you how much they've done for me. They've looked over my work. They've let me job shadow them at least 4 times, taking me to the control room. They let me hit the goal horn when I went with the Lions when the Red Wings scored. So I've hit that twice, I think.
Is that the coolest experience you've had so far?
There maybe, yeah. I mean, just
overall. Okay, well, overall, what's what's the best experience you've had, or coolest?
Okay, maybe
Most
the
unique.
coolest, because those are pretty up there. Probably my coolest would be interviewing Darius Slay or Darren McCarty. Those two are probably
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Rest in peace, Darius Slay, though, man. Jeez.
I know that was sad, but it was cool because working with state champs, he would try to go to as many high school games as he can, and just seeing how all the kids would light up when he'd come around. He'd be signing things, taking pictures, and seeing him at the finals. So it's cool to have a professional athlete support the community. And
absolutely, that's awesome. The Lions do a good job of that, I think.
Yeah, and they've definitely been involved right now with a couple of the movements that's been going on. Joik Bell, former player, he organized the movement that was at Belle Isle. So they have a lot of stuff.
That's awesome. All right, so kind of going in a little bit more of a fun direction now and a little bit looser. One of the questions we had was, if you could choose 3 pro athletes to go to the bar with, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Can one be retired or does it have to be like current?
Yeah, that's fine. Retired is good. Either way.
Okay, number 1 is Bo Jackson. I'm like kind of obsessed with Bo Jackson. I just think he's the coolest like ever. I still watch his old highlight tapes even though that happened
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Man, I kind of was about to say Justin Verlander, but I know that's like not he's not that
you can do it.
I don't know.
That's fine. I mean,
it's good. We'll take it.
I mean, I don't know. I was going to say like him or Miguel Cabrera just because, that's who I watched growing up, because I loved baseball and that was always really exciting.
Gotta watch out. Guy likes to drink.
Yeah. And then maybe someone new would be Jonah Jackson, one of the rookies, just because I've watched a couple of the interviews he's done and he's just so happy. Like sometimes when you see athletes do that, they try and act all cool and tough, but he's just like all about it. So someone that I want to get to know better, So I feel like those guys at a bar could be fun.
Have you ran into an athlete that's been like abnormally nice, like somebody that stands out? Like who's the best athlete as a person that you've ran into?
Man, I think probably still top would be Darius Slay just because of his outreach with the community. I was going to say, I feel so bad. I used to work at B-Dubs in Royal Oak, and I met a player from the Denver Nuggets, and I can't remember his name. And I felt so bad after I looked at the roster, and I was like, I don't know who he is. And the funniest thing was like this guy was probably like 6'7". It was insane. And I was working my stuff. I was like, okay, this guy has to play some sport. He had like these huge gold chains on. So I literally went up to him and I was like, do you play basketball? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, where? And he said, the Nuggets. And he had the audacity. I had like this little tiny like gold high chain. He had the audacity to say, girl, like, I love your chain. And I was like, don't even. Basketball going through a hoop in his chain. Like, it was so crazy. So he was nice. I can't believe I blanked on his name. I think I was just so shook that interaction happened.
I would have been shook.
It's real.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. He said he's from Detroit. So obviously, who would come to Royal Oak from Denver? But
right. So has it gotten easier, like, interviewing athletes and stuff? Because I feel like for me, especially if it was, guys from, like, my hometown teams, it'd be really tough to, I guess, act normal and not get super jittery when I'm talking to them. And obviously you've had experiences talking to a lot of different athletes. Does that get easier to, communicate with them, I guess?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the setting. I know for high school football, if I would just do quick interviews with them, it's like 3 and you're out. With athletes, it's a little more nerve-wracking because you think in the moment, like, it's so surreal, like, wow, this is actually happening. But with what I've been doing right now for SIL Lions, most of my interviews have either been with, professional writers, people in radio, people on TV, and then a few former players. We're looking to get into the direction as time goes on with, like, current athletes. But just getting those reps in and being at home, number one, that's so much more comfortable. I think I've done 30 now. I'm on my 5th week with this new job. So at that point, it gets more easy. And beforehand, you try and make conversation. I think that's something that's really key in, like, prepping your guests so they know what questions are coming their way. And, we'll talk a little bit like, oh, how was your day? What's your family doing? And then just get right into it. So it just depends on the situation.
We kind of did that.
We did. You offered me water. Right?
Oh,
we're good.
I actually have another fun question for you. If you had to write an article about Morning Missile Sports Podcast, what would the header be?
The header would probably be the biggest secret behind Morning Missile, and it would be the origin of how the name. Oh goodness, my light just went out.
Oh no!
I mean, I guess for people who are listening, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, this is perfect for our podcast.
Yeah, now I'm fitting with you guys. I don't know. I can just.
It's with the brand. It's good. It's good.
No, you're. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
good. It's
I never
perfect for the
feel
brand.
most cool, but it's okay.
Awesome. All right. Well,
I
think that was all the questions.
Yeah, that was it.
honestly,
So perfect timing.
yeah. Thank you for being with us, and for anyone who's listening, this is Genna Rose for Sports Illustrated All Lions host, reporter for Detroit Sports Media, and anchor for State Champs. Jenna, thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Appreciate
Excited I almost had to look at this episode. Excited to listen to this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. All right.
All right. Thank you, Jenna.
All right, what a great interview, guys. That was so much
Thank
fun.
you to Jenna. Seriously,
She's
I
an
don't know
electric
why-
personality.
seriously.
Yeah,
She's an
Guys,
electric factory.
She out-professionalized
Follow
us.
her on Instagram. Don't know where at. You can find
At
it.
that for
Jenna
us.
Yeah, we'll
Rose,
throw it. We'll
Probably.
throw
Throw
it.
it in
in.
right
no,
now.
it's at Genna Rose TV or something.
Well,
Okay, let's
hold
make sure
on
we
here,
actually
bud.
get it.
Settle down,
Yeah.
buddy.
This is real professional of us, by the way.
Okay.
Well, we'll edit it together. We'll be like,
At Genna Rose TV on Instagram.
What did I say?
Yeah, go ahead, shoot her a follow.
Oh, let me get the Twitter. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Anyways, super smart gal. Obviously, she has a lot more experience than we do. So
Incredibly talented.
she was giving us a lot of pointers. So we appreciate all the stuff that she's given us. And
This is how you know she's more intelligent than us. Her Instagram and Twitter name are the same,
Wow.
so it's easier to follow her.
Ours-
So
that's a
ours
good
are the
idea.
same.
At
Were you
Genna
guys-
Rose with a G, Genna Rose TV.
Were you guys getting like a make a?
Well, I wanted to make sure they weren't typing in with a J.
Make a wish.
Yeah, no.
vibe.
I was getting like a make a wish vibe that entire time. Like we were lucky.
She's
I don't
like-
even know
she's
why
like-
she.
She's like, oh, you guys are so cute.
You know, I don't really care because I think the Genna Rose bump this week's going to be huge. I think we're going to get some more listeners.
so.
Hey,
I don't
just
care if it was a
appreciate
charity
That's-
case.
I appreciate it. That's all I got.
If I see the numbers go up, I'm happy with it. So thank you, Jenna.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Jenna.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Guys, it's time for everyone's fourth favorite segment on our podcast. It's called In and Out, where we post a famous athlete versus a historical figure. This week we are doing...
All right.
Wait.
Whoa. You just called
Who
it
said
in,
it?
in
You meant
in
who
and
said
out. It's in or out, not in and out. And then it's also who said it. So
Fast food chain here. people.
Hey, we're doing Who Said It? This week we're putting a famous athlete against a famous historical figure. This week we're doing Tim Tebow and the Pope.
isn't that the same person?
Shut up, Beef.
I think he might be the next pope. I've
Tim
heard.
Tebow or the Pope. Here's your first question. What God knows about us is more important than what others think.
Tim Tebow.
That's Tim Tebow.
The Pope.
It was Tim Tebow. Second quote. The root of this possibility of doing good is in creation. Obviously, it wasn't said like this. Hold on, let me run it back.
See, no, he said it like that because I think he's trying to sound like the Pope. I think this is the Pope. In creation.
In creation.
Why does he
Is
sound
he
like a
Russian? Is he
vampire?
Russian? Why do you make him
That
sound like
was
he's
not
Russian?
Okay, I'm gonna say the Pope.
The Pope?
Yep.
The Pope.
Tim Tebow.
Oh, it was the Pope, dude.
2 for 2.
Okay, here's the next one. I dress how I feel.
Oh,
I dress how
Pope.
I feel.
the Pope.
Is that?
See, I want to say Tim
That's a
Tebow,
tough
so I'm going with the Pope.
That's
because
a tough one.
I'm wrong more than I'm right, so I'm going to just...
Can I get an explanation on why you're picking that?
What?
No, like both of you, why you're picking your different
Well, I don't know. I just feel like that's more of a Pope thing to do.
The Pope would come out and be like, I dress how I feel.
No, but,
Why would
but
Tim
this is my
Tebow
thing.
say that?
No,
Off-white shoes this
because-
week with the skate jeans.
because
Yeah.
Pete loves to try to trick us on these, so it sounds so painfully obvious that it's Tim Tebow that I'm going with the Pope. Like I'm
Okay.
just reverse psychology here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Pope too, just for fuck's sake.
Okay. It was ASAP Rocky.
Oh,
Guys, that is Who Said It for the week. Thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Back to you, Nick.
All right, up next, we want to go into some in or out.
If you want it. If you want it. You don't want it. I can feel it. You don't want it. Okay.
So our first in or out is Reggie Bush's punishment has finally been reversed, so he's allowed back on USC's campus. Are you in or out on his punishment to begin with? First, should he get back his Heisman? Should they get back their national title? In or out on that?
So, all right, I'm in that he should get his Heisman back and get the national title. I'm out on his punishment.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was a tough question.
Yeah, that
but
was.
I think-
That was like two questions in one. But
Yeah,
I
so-
appreciate the way you answered.
But I mean, basically, and we had this discussion last week. I don't really care if players get paid. Like, they are making billions of dollars for the teams and the universities. Who cares? Also, I'm a big Reggie Bush guy. Yeah. Loved him in college. Loved him in the NFL. Loved him when he came to the Lions. So, I mean, he should get his Heisman back. Like, my thing is, him receiving money didn't change his performance on the field.
Yeah. And
so he still won the Heisman Trophy. He was still the best player in college football this year. So why are you taking
not
away
only
from
that,
him?
like, he didn't do it selfishly. He helped his parents out, and the amount he took was 1/10 the total tuition cost of USC.
Right. That's what I was going to hit on too. I mean, like, I agree that they should have looked into what he was doing, but at the same time, there's got to be like an ethics committee or something that like looks at the situation at hand and looks at the surrounding situation of what he's trying to do and even how much money he got. That's got to be looked into. You can't just generalize every single taking money as the same thing,
right?
Because it's not. There's different things that happen. So yeah.
Pete?
Yeah, I'm in on Beatles' take.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
That makes it super simple. Next one, Conor McGregor is retiring again. Does he stay retired? In or out?
I'll go first. I am all in that he's staying. He's got proper 12 whiskey now. That's taking
Good
off.
stuff too.
He doesn't need to fight anymore. He's got a boatload
I've heard it's
of
pretty
money.
average. I haven't tried it.
I mean, I'm not a huge whiskey guy, but I liked it.
Oh, I forgot this was your
All right,
guys'
can I
take
throw-
for it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
No,
sorry.
Pete, go ahead. You
Oh,
didn't
no,
talk.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, intern Nick.
Hey, he's just trying to do
Why are
something
you
for us.
pointing me out of everybody?
Because you said, well, let me say something.
All right, can you continue your take?
Yeah.
I fucking hate this guy.
I am in that he is going to be out.
Okay, so he's staying retired.
Yeah, because he makes a bunch of money now. He doesn't have to hurt himself anymore. He's got a young kid.
Okay,
Just makes sense.
let's go to intern Nick.
I am at a hard split. I can't even make a decision on this one. This is the third time Conor McGregor has retired since 2016.
Yeah.
The competition in the lightweight division is incredible right now. They got Khabib, like Masvidal, like the list goes on. Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, he's doing really well lately too. Not to mention he fought Khabib and got absolutely railed by the dude. He murdered him. He couldn't even. McGregor couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I think after all of that, he does have money fights. There are also people that are not in his weight class that are offering to go up or down in weight to fight him. The fights are there if he wants them. I don't think he's going to take them. I think he's past his prime. He's getting old. He still can probably punch, but I think he's going to get his shit ran if he decides to come back. So I'm going to say he's out.
So, I think this is a leverage play by Conor.
Like the last two times were?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I agree with your guys' takes that he doesn't need to fight again, and he has plenty of money and whatever. But most of those guys are just so like cocky, and they want to. Like, he was talking 2 weeks ago about how he wants to be the best ever, and he's going to be the best ever. So I think this is a leverage play to get more money, and I think that he's just too cocky to not come back and fight again. So I think he'll
On
find
that note,
that's-
too, he is not the best ever.
Sorry, dude. It's
There you
happening.
go.
It's fucking hotter than Hades' fucking tank, dude.
So here's my take: is there's not a freaking chance in the world that he is staying retired. He will come back after the Khabib Ajith fight. And even Dana White said it's fucking bullshit. Dana White, whatever. It's fucking bullshit, and that the smartest move for him is to wait for that fight to be finalized and then fight that person. Also, he's basically half the UFC's profit and revenue. So anytime he fights, he like accelerates the ratings overall. So
Yeah, he's got Dana White by the dick too.
Yeah.
Like if you have that much, power in the company, he, like you said, he's bringing in a lot of money for Dana White. So yeah, it's like kind of like a golden quarterback for a team. They got a lot more leverage.
Let's get a little pitch of the week, gentlemen. Everyone's favorite segment on the Morning Missile Sportscast, Pitch of the Week, where we each pitch something that we think is top of the class.
that's right.
Intern Nick, why don't you go first?
I have a very, very special segment this week. Fellas, we're talking about washing your ass crack. I'm talking about loofahs in the shower. I can't tell you
Sell me on it.
I can't tell you how many guys I know, including people maybe sitting at this table, that don't own a loofah. They take the body wash, they go stick it on their hand, they wash
Yeah,
their
that would
face.
be me. And Beatles also.
Wait,
I don't know the loofah.
Okay, well, let me finish. I'm going to convince you on why you should get one. They take the body wash, they go, and then they put it on their face. They wash their balls, they wash their feet, and their ass crack.
Yeah.
Not even their ass crack most of the time. It's usually just face, balls, and feet.
No,
You're talking from experience. You've seen a lot of
Oh, I know. I
showers.
mean, me personally, before I had the loofah, let me tell you what, before I had this loofah,
finger up the old lizard finger and stick it in and
The old credit card slide.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is if you have a loofah, you can actually wash your whole body. And this is just a PSA for all dudes. You gotta wash your ass crack. You gotta wash your ass. It's not just a water splash thing. You gotta get some soap and water in there. Help out the general public.
God.
Be nice to your girlfriend. Be nice to your friends. Use a loofah.
Wait, so
Wait.
my one concern with this is if you're using a loofah on your ass and you use it all the time, aren't you just getting your ass
Rubbing
cheeks?
That's
shit
my
all over
problem
your whole
with
body.
it. That's
I
my
agree with
problem
that.
Okay, let
with
me
it.
explain though. So the loofah itself is full of soap, right? Automatic disinfectant. At the end of each
that's how that works.
At the end
I
of the
don't
wash,
know.
I'm not saying fucking wipe your ass with the loofah. You got to make sure it's clean.
Huh.
I'm not saying go in there. I'm not saying wipe out
Your
the chocolate
pitch was
taco.
the
There's still
loofah
chocolate in there.
up your ass.
You know?
Chocolate taco and there's still chocolate in the taco.
Dude, all right, wait. First of all, if you're in the shower and you have so much shit left on your ass that it's getting all over the loofah, you have a problem. Second of all, holy fuck, dude. Second of all, why would you want to use the loofah to rub your balls and your ass crack and then wash the rest of your body?
Okay, what's the well? Obviously,
It's
there's
the
an order.
same
No, what? I mean, you want to fucking wash your ass crack with your bare hand? Like,
You can
Yes.
clean your hand after.
You can't clean the loofah.
dude, I'm never ever gonna once touch my. Okay, I'm not gonna get it.
That was an F, Nick. That was an F pitch of the week.
Way to go, intern Nick. Maybe
Okay.
next week.
All right. Well,
I'll do my
I like
pitch-
the concept. It was funny.
okay. If I have to, guys, just wash your crack, please.
All right, that's a
Thank
good
you.
one.
That's
I
fine.
like that. I
Thank
like
you.
that one.
All right.
Guys, my pitch of the week is shaving your head bald.
God damn.
Let me sell you on it. It's a warm, hot summer day. You're drinking a Coors Light with your friends. It's refreshing. You just went tubing on the lake. Mom said, "Come on now, supper's on." You go up. You're eating dinner. You say, "Oh, wee." Your dad wipes your brow. It's covered in sweat from your long hair. You get even more blasted with your siblings. They say, "Let's shave your head bald." You say, "I don't know. I got work." This time, when that happens, when you're in this situation, shave it.
Why?
Bald.
Why?
Yeah,
To the
well,
Yeah, you didn't even sell it.
yeah, you didn't. You
explained
just
it.
told the
You gave a
story.
backstory and then said that you shaved your head. Why?
didn't
Why?
tell us
Why?
why to do it.
Listen. You wake up. It feels like your head is just sweating. Like you have Dasani water, like a spring coming out
That
of the top of your
sounds
skull.
terrible.
You feel it, and it's dry, dude. It's just the wind hitting. You go to wear a hat, and you have to go down 3 hat sizes because it doesn't.
You just
Actually, while I'm pitching this right now,
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
like, it's
good.
not good.
Okay, maybe don't shave your head then.
All right, so we're off to
That's
off to
another
start with
F.
2 Fs on the pitch of the
Pitch
week
of the
so
week.
far. Maybe
that's why it's
maybe
a
me and
pitch,
Nick
man.
can pick it up a little bit.
Beto, you want to go first?
Yeah, I want to hear Beatles.
All right, so going a little different this week, but my pitch of the week, and most people already know this, but I'm pitching it anyways because I'm sick about it. MLB owners are greedy as fuck.
Yuck.
Yep.
The greediest
Yep.
motherfuckers
Yep.
on the planet. Mm-hmm. The players have been trying to negotiate with them, and instead they just keep basically giving the same proposal in 12 different ways. So they'll
Reword it.
they'll pretend that they're giving them more money because they're going to play more games, but really then they'll be like, well, you're going to get 80% of your salary to play more games, so you're getting the same amount of money to play more games. So the players want to play more games because it's a more legitimate season, but the owners are like, well, let's play 50 games, we'll pay you your full amount, and they're like, no, we want to play more games than that. And then the players will be like, well, let's play 82 games and you give us the full amount. And the owners will be like, well, you can play 76 games and I'll give you 80%. Right. And then you look at the financials, and they'd be basically making the same amount in 72 games as they would in 50 games. So then the players are like, why the fuck would I do that?
So they're just readjusting the numbers,
Yeah.
really. Just
so it would literally be like,
ugh.
it'd be like, let's say I was going to give you half a dozen of eggs, Nick.
I don't like eggs.
All right, we'll just roll with it. And I was talking to the other Nick. I didn't say intern Nick. So
Yeah. Okay, I'm listening.
So
I like eggs.
I'll be over here if you need me.
I'll be like, all right, I'll give you 6 dozen eggs for $50. And you're like, no, I want 6 dozen eggs for $75. And then I'm like, well,
Okay.
I'll
Yep,
give you
I gotcha.
I'll give
Pick it
you 2 sets of 3 eggs for $25 each.
Ah.
And you're like, that's the same fucking thing you just said to me.
Yep,
that's what the MLB is doing right now. And it's bullshit, and they're greedy as fuck. And I think I got like a C on that, not an F. So
I'll take it. I'll
So
take
what's
it.
the solution here?
Yeah.
The owners stop being greedy fucks and just pay the players their full amount for 81 games or something and call it a day.
Okay.
Scumperinis.
Fair enough.
Let's hear
Okay.
a little pitch.
All right. So imagine this: you're sitting down, and you're flicking through the TV channel, and
Yeah.
and And all of a sudden, you come across maybe like, I don't know, Nickelodeon or like Disney or something.
What are we, 12?
But hey,
Sweet Life on Deck, that's his pitch of the week.
listen. The Extremely Goofy movie is on, and
like Goofy from Disney.
Like the Goofy movie?
Yeah. So listen, and then all of a sudden, you see, you see Max Goofy, and then his best friend shows up.
Who the fuck's
I don't
Max?
know.
Bobby
Wait, do you know that-
Zimmerowski.
Do you know that Goofy's his first name?
Is that Bobby Zimmerowski or is that Missile Pete from the Morning Missile?
Oh, I forgot about Bob.
No.
Extra cheese.
This
Now, let me tell you.
Dude, he thinks his last name is Goofy.
It is.
What's his first name then?
It's Goofy Goof.
Wait, I just looked this guy up. That's fucking Pete.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. All right, if you're at home, look it up, dude.
We gotta get it.
Click that one.
Extra cheese.
I'm gonna put it up in the YouTube.
Oh my.
I'll put it up on Instagram.
Oh, especially when he gets his little John Lennon glasses.
Yeah.
And he had earrings.
Yeah, dude. So, that's my pitch of the week. Is that Bobby Zimmerowski was modeled after Missile Pete in the future.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
I'm gonna give that one an F too.
Intern Nick, sounds like you have something to say.
I don't.
Okay.
All right.
Time to go to Beatles rant. You do it. No time.
Oh, now time for everybody's favorite segment on the podcast. Beatles Rant.
All right. So this stems from an irrational fear that I have.
Okay.
Why in 2020 do we still have places where roads and train tracks intersect? Like, why is the road or the train not on a bridge? Now, hear me out.
Dude,
hear me out.
Are you about to go into a whole tangent about this shit?
No.
No, I want to hear it.
Listen.
I couldn't give less of a fuck about.
Listen, I'm gonna explain it.
Dude, something happened this week where he was like, man, fuck this train.
Well, okay.
I actually for 10 minutes. I
have two reasons for this. One, I did actually on my way home from recording last week get stopped by a train, and I sat there for 10 minutes, and I was like, no, this is fucking stupid. Like, why is this train just not on a bridge, or why am I not on a bridge over the train tracks? But more importantly, and this is what hits a little bit harder for me, and it's a little bit closer to my heart. Every time I'm driving anywhere and I drive over train tracks, I have this irrational fear that like the warning signal things aren't going to work, and I'm going to be going across the train tracks and just get fucking clobbered, and my life's over.
That actually reminds me, sorry to interrupt Beatles rant, but every time I do that, except it's a stop sign, I stop at the stop sign, but I imagine like, what if I went to see if like I would have made it?
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
like 62% right now of like survival rate.
That's not a good rate.
Wait, hold on. 62%. You're alive though.
No, he's saying if he would have went.
I'm not actually running stop signs.
Oh, you're just running the probability.
Yeah, like in his head, he's like, if I didn't stop right now, would I have made it?
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Sorry. So back to my rant. So like today on the way here, I had to cross I think 2 different train tracks, and I have this irrational fear, and I like get nervous when I'm about to drive over train tracks, and I start looking both ways, like trying to see to make sure there's not a train coming, and I just for some reason I feel like that's how I'm going to die someday. So
you just got a feeling, you got a hunch that's how you're going to go.
It's just like down in my soul. I'm like, yeah, this is probably how my life's going to end.
Right. Can I tell you how I think you're going to go?
No, wait, hold on. I'm not done. You guys are ruining my segment.
Fastball to the skull. That's how you're going.
I mean, I'm not playing baseball anymore, so that's just not true.
Who said you had to be playing baseball?
All right. Let him do his rant. Sorry. We're ruining the rant.
So, I mean, I've kind of lost my train of thought at this point. See, Bond right there, little play on words. But
I bet he planned that out.
I didn't actually. But basically, I just think that there should be a bridge for roads to go over train tracks or train tracks to go over roads.
Yeah,
so
tell
that
him beef.
I don't have to worry about dying that way because I feel like that'd be a horrible way to go.
Right.
And that's my rant.
I think it would be quick.
But no, you might just be smashed in the car, like stuck a little bit alive for a while. That would be bad.
It could be one of those things too that like severs you in half, but the only reason you're alive is because the train's keeping you.
Yeah, and as soon as they pull you, as soon as they pull you out of the car, you're done.
We can't move.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to keep him pinned to the train for the rest of his life.
Actually, one more point. I think that this has become an issue for me since my girlfriend's made me watch Grey's Anatomy because the most ridiculous shit happens in that show.
Hard.
No,
Oh my.
but the most ridiculous shit happens in that show, and I'm always like, well, what if that happened to me? And so that's my fear.
I remember
and that's my
one
rant.
episode where like I was watching and they were like in a city and just like a big hole opened up in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right,
it's
I'm
always
done
ridiculous
watching
shit
this
like that.
show.
It's always the most ridiculous shit. But
hey, so it just got brought to my attention that intern Nick actually has a word to say.
Oh yeah, I just had I wanted to touch on the NASCAR stuff going on right now. So just a quick background for it. NASCAR racer Bubba Wallace. I know what you think when you hear that name. Bubba Wallace is actually the only African American NASCAR driver racing stock cars right now, and he brought this to NASCAR's attention that they were still having a lot of Confederate flags because it's a pretty prominent flag displayed at a lot of NASCAR events.
Internet, quit playing with your nipple. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You get worked up.
Bring it down.
You get worked up.
We had that problem last week with Pete.
Yeah, I was touching my titties so much.
Dude, I don't know something about the. Anyways, so
Hard as a diamond, dude.
Bubba Wallace brought it to the attention of NASCAR that we should probably say no more Confederate flags because it's making people uncomfortable, which is understandable.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, a couple days ago, you have one of the NASCAR truck drivers. Didn't even know they raced trucks in NASCAR. He comes up, he says, "I'm quitting racing cars because of this shit."
Shit.
Here's my hot take on this.
Wait, and then what happened yesterday to him when he was racing?
I don't know.
What happened to
He
him?
got in an accident.
No, he didn't.
Dude, he ran into the
You
wall.
swear?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that hurts.
all
That
right.
hurts. Okay.
Well,
so anyway,
karma's a bitch,
Yeah,
man.
no, I mean, I was going to say on top of
2020.
that, I don't think he's quitting just because of the Confederate flag thing. I think he's quitting because he's a dog shit driver. You want to guess how many wins this dude has?
How many?
Goose egg.
Shit.
he doesn't
Zero.
even have a top
What
10.
do you say?
No, he's
If
absolutely.
you're listening to this, we invite you on.
Ray Cicerelli, that's his name.
Yeah, we don't want him, actually.
Yeah, we don't want him on
We
the
don't
show.
want you.
We don't want
I would
him.
love just to like
Stay home, Ray.
just
Stop racing cars.
yeah.
And trucks.
Yeah. All right. Well, is that what you got to say?
Yeah.
That was what the fuck does intern Nick have to say? Now, Pete's freestyle.
Okay, guys. So I'll just get right to it. I get worked up too much, and I get too intense into something I'm doing. And this last week, I really brought it home. Really put the icing on the cake. Beef called me a fuckface. Told me I was fucking annoying. Intern Nick seems like he does not want to be near me.
You're right.
I've hit it. This is embarrassing for me to say. I want to say it. I know Scumps and Nick don't know about it yet.
Wait, can I introduce this?
Yeah.
Oh,
I started
So-
DMing celebrities.
No, but wait. Let me explain how we
need,
found
we need
this
some of the
out.
background. Give us the
Dude,
background,
it's
Beef.
So-
embarrassing.
We're at the bar having our weekly morning missile meeting, and I happen to like go into the DMs to see if we've had any listener questions or whatever it might be.
No, dude, come on.
And I'm scrolling down the DMs, and I see
All right. In the meantime, while he's like scrolling, Pete's like just shamed in the corner, like
Exactly
hiding
what
his
he's doing
face,
right
like,
now. This is what he was doing at the table at the
like
bar
he
while we were doing
knew.
this.
So
Like
I
a
see.
puppy who pooped in the carpet.
Oh my god.
First, I see.
He knows he did something wrong.
Oh no.
I see. Well, first I see this verified account, and it's some dude I've never heard of, and I click on it, and there is a DM from us to them that said, "How would we get you to produce our podcast?"
Pete's the producer of the
Pete's
show.
trying to get himself fired. But then I'm like, all right, whatever. That's kind of funny, but whatever. I keep scrolling, and then I see there's an account, and the name says 0 and a period, and I was like, and it's verified. I'm like, I wonder who that is. Click on it.
Dude, please don't, dude.
It's Bronny James.
You did not DM.
No,
Ron
listen.
James.
LeBron James Jr. You know what Pete said?
Dude, stop, dude.
Pete says, "Yo, you want to be on a sports podcast?"
No,
So
he did not.
Pete thought that he would get Bronny James on the
No,
podcast.
can I tell you my rationale?
By saying, "Yo, you want to be on a sports
What was going to
podcast?"
happen here? He said, "Oh, I would for sure love to be on your podcast."
Spoiler
Let me just drop
alert.
my massive streaming schedule, all my deals, and all my basketball that I'm playing. By the way, my dad's LeBron James. Let me come out to Michigan and sit in a fucking hot room and talk to a bunch of
No,
shirtless
actually,
white boys.
my favorite part about this is Pete didn't go for the big fish. He was like, LeBron James, best basketball player on the planet. But you know what?
Let's go with
we
Bronny
can't get
Jr.
him, so let's try to get his fucking kid.
Okay, my rationale
Okay.
is he is a young kid, a lot of fame. What high school boy wouldn't want to be on a sports podcast?
Probably
Bronny James.
son.
Yeah, probably.
I sound bad, dude. I sound uncomfortable.
Who else did you? Gata. We hit up
Austin J. Mills.
I hit up
Austin
someone.
Mills.
You know, I'll say it. I hit up someone and said follow for follow.
Yo,
wait, no, that's my favorite one.
Keep in mind, he's doing this this is all coming off the morning miss. So
Yeah, it's not just his personal account.
He's DMing people, asking follow for follow.
He also
through
made
our account.
He also was messaging people that he knows personally and saying, "Follow me, it's cousin Petey."
All right, that was Pete's freestyle.
All right, do we have some
Ashamed
time
of
for some
myself.
listener questions?
Yeah, let's
nah,
get some
time
listener
for a few.
questions.
Okay, we do.
This one right here is coming from Tyler_Troyer.
We really do not have the time, but that's fine.
We're gonna do one question, okay? Because I think this is gonna be a good one.
Okay, this is our one question of the week.
From Tyler_Troyer, who would win in a fight? 5 Siberian tigers or 20 humans with spears?
Siberian tigers.
No, 20 humans with spears.
Oh, with what?
Tigers can't use
20 humans with
weapons.
spears or 5 Siberian tigers?
Dude,
I'm gonna do Siberian tigers. and I'll
I
tell you
agree,
why.
Siberian tigers.
20 humans would fuck up Siberian tigers.
No,
you're
because
joking.
You think you're that
Not-
is banking on them going one shot with a
Right.
spear and killing the tiger?
If they have 20 spears, it's gonna take probably 3 to 4 spears for each tiger.
and
that
if they all try to team up on one and then move to the next one, there's 4 tigers just picking them off.
All right, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Siberian tiger for
have you
sure.
ever played like Call of Duty Zombies and the tigers come in?
Tigers?
You gotta
Aren't they
shoot 'em.
like dogs?
Yeah,
No,
They are dogs,
oh, Pete.
Okay, I'm
tough.
sorry.
That's yeah, rough day for you.
All right, let's wrap it up, dude,
Hey,
because I
we
don't know
love you,
what's
Petey.
wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
me.
we love. No,
I think I'm sick, dude.
No,
Oh fuck, Pete's got COVID.
no, I want to thank Pete. He really is putting in a lot of effort on the marketing side, and he's reaching out to people.
Hey.
And sometimes let's just not ask for follows.
Yeah,
from
I'm done.
celebrities.
I'm
now.
done.
Look,
that.
Pete's doing a great job, but our listeners are doing a better job.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
We really appreciate it. Please keep sharing, keep listening. We're trying to do more interesting things. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Please follow us at Sportscast on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Is that all?
I think that's
Okay,
YouTube.
that's all. What?
YouTube.
Oh, and now YouTube. YouTube. Subscribe, like, rate, review.
Please, guys, that's huge.
Well,
That's huge.
give us a review. Like, we honestly try to fix what we want, like what appeals to you guys. So it's nice to hear that and make sure we're progressing and not regressing each week.
Right.
Also, we're live on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, along with a bunch of different smaller ones. So whatever your streaming platform is, I'm sure you can find us on it. You found us, but please share. Like always, I'm super pumped to have a great week. I hope you guys do too.
Take it easy.
See you, everybody.